Hi.
Well, hello.
No, no.
No, no, what?
Hello. Yeah, annoying behind.
Hello, the precious.
I can't stand you.
Well, you're gonna have to get used to me because this is our podcast now.
I don't even know how I convinced you to let me do this.
Easy. People gave us positive reviews and said that our energy was just, natural and dynamic. And I'm like, it's kind of funny because I can't stand you.
What? Anyways, what I don't what's the name of our show?
The name of the show?
Yes?
I was thinking about the Audi and Math podcast. You know,
Okay.
Audi and Math. I go by Maverick McCloud. And you go by whatever you go by.
Why do you go by Maverick McCloud?
Um, it's actually funny because my favorite movie is Top Gun. My favorite plane, my favorite airplane ever is the F-14, which is from Top Gun. Um, that's why, and I always have like if you ever seen like most of my pictures, I always have like aviator glasses on. So then, and honestly, my friends sit there. They used to tell me like, "Yo, you're a slick talker. You're a smooth talker. Like, think you fly guy Maverick." I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with that, and I went for Maverick. One of my favorite games ever is actually people think that I get it from I get the name of Cloud from Final Fantasy. I got it from Star Fox, Fox McCloud, because I love using Fox McCloud and Super Smash Brothers. Like that's my favorite character to use because I can whip ass with Fox McCloud in that game. So yeah, so Magic McCloud, you put them together. My favorite movie and my favorite fighter and Super Smash Brothers.
Speaking
That's me.
of Final Fantasy, did you play the demo?
No, I have not. On the Switch,
No. On the play Do you have a PlayStation? You don't have a PlayStation.
I have an Xbox One.
Ah, never mind then. Yeah. They put out the Final Fantasy demo and it's amazing. I can't wait to get it.
It's only coming up for P4 in the beginning, though. Unfortunately,
Well, I have a PS4, so
I won't be getting a P4. I won't be getting a PlayStation, and probably until the PS5 because I'm getting a new Xbox and PlayStation 5. This Christmas, the Christmas that's coming up is about me and me alone because I spent probably over $1,000 this Christmas. Like
how come you never got me a gift?
because it was about the kids and my fiance. It was about them this Christmas.
What?
Yeah, I got them everything they wanted. Like I gave her like literally, I gave her like over $1,000 for the kid for her to get.
What that got to do with me? I've known you longer.
She has a ring on her finger that you helped pick
So
out.
I'm family.
Speaking of which, you're gonna have to help me pick out another one
I'm
because
not. Listen, this is like
yeah,
the fifth time. I'm not doing it.
no, it's not the fifth time. It's the second.
It's like the third.
No, it's the second.
No, it's not. It's like the third time. Why do you have to get
Yeah.
another ring again?
Because because remember I'm now moving. The only thing I'm waiting for is this coronavirus scare to move down. Like all my stuff is already down there. All my stuff is down there already. So I moved back with my dad. I told you that, right?
Hmm.
I moved back with my dad, so I've been here since January. I was supposed to leave on the 28th because I already got a job down there. The job was waiting for me, but because of this coronavirus scare and everything like that, and the city shutting down, I might have to postpone it for 2 or 3 more weeks because of the coronavirus scare. The only thing I had to do really is just pay for the plane ticket, and that's it. Like all my
But
stuff
like,
is ready
why
to
do you have to
go.
get a new ring? That doesn't explain why you have to get a
Uh,
new
be,
ring.
uh, because this one is I feel that for me it's more of a significant thing now because it was this is me. We're moving in together. This is me saying like this ring is on your finger, like I'm here. You know, like I wasn't there before. I was there, but I wasn't there. It's
You just
like
like wasting
I'm
money.
no, it's not that. It's I want this one. I think this one is for me. It's more special because I'm not leaving. Like she's home. That's it. Like she's home. I'm not flying back anywhere unless I'm going to visit. I'm going to visit my family and coming back. Like I'm moving. My entire life is over there now. My mail goes over there. Everything. So this is a big. So this is a thing of like, you know, I want to do it right. I want to do it in front of her family. I want to do it in front of her kids, her parents, her brothers, and stuff like that. I want to do it properly. So I want this one to mean something, and she knows that I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm in this for the long haul. Period. Period. So you know, that's really what it is. Something a
Okay.
little bit more special.
So, I mean, my birthday's coming up. What you gonna get me?
Oh my God, your birthday is after mine.
What that got to do with anything?
Your birthday is after mine. Like my birthday is literally like
Right around the corner.
6 weeks.
So,
It's 6 weeks. What are you getting me?
what do you want? I'll get you something. What you want?
You want to get me a PS4? How about that?
Jamal, did you not hear that I got fired on my day off?
What?
I could try to work something out for you. If I get you a PS4, you'll give me something for my birthday?
You got fired?
Yeah. You don't listen to my
What?
podcast. What kind of cousin are you? Mm-mm-mm.
First thing first. That's something you should call me and let me know. How about that
I
one?
thought I told you, but
No, you don't
okay.
tell me shit. Like
I do.
you don't
First of
tell me.
all, sir, I do tell you things. I've just been super busy lately asking me about this podcast.
I
So,
I haven't been just harassing you about this podcast. I just been harassing you about life in general, just about shit in general. Like I just feel like bothering you. That's just me.
but
Just
when
like
I
I
used
used
to
to do
just try
me.
to bother you, it was a problem.
Listen,
Double
I have to.
standard.
Yep, I have to deal with it because my sister, right? Unfortunately, Nicole is 11. Unfortunately, she came in and she came in. She's 21 years younger than I am. Like I'm about to be 34. She's 11. I got her by 21 years. So people need that. Like she doesn't get that. My dad is doesn't. You know, she wanted another sibling and everything like that. My dad was done after me and Allison. He didn't want any. He doesn't want anymore. Like he didn't want anymore. But he had her. Like there is no more kids. Like she doesn't really get that, and she's upset about that. So I have to deal with her bothering me all the fucking time. Like she comes to me and because Allison has a son, so she's never around. Now that I moved back, she's not lonely anymore. Like she sees me, she's around, and you know we get to do things and everything like that. Like you know,
So that
so
means you gotta bother me.
man, I gotta bother somebody. This shit frustrating as hell.
She just has to love her brother.
You gotta understand, I've been living by myself for the past like 6 years.
I
Where
know.
I so to have to be bothered by somebody and to go through it like yo, the shit is just you know what I mean?
Listen,
It's
I have
different.
3 boys. They bother me every day. So,
Yeah, but it's like and then it's kinda like, yo, is this what I'm gonna have to deal with when I get a kid when I have a daughter or something like that?
yes.
Because my girl was a daughter and it's like, damn, you know, I'm not gonna lie, yo, moving back home it's something I absolutely fucking needed. I needed to move back home before I take this next journey and next chapter in my life. Like, I needed to be around my dad, and it feels fucking awesome. Like, I am truly, truly, truly like happy to be home before I leave. Like, it feels fucking great and fucking fantastic.
You're weird.
Like, well, how is that weird?
Because I never want to go back home.
It's not that. It's like when I'm getting ready to take on. I'm getting ready to take on 3 boys. 14 turning 15, 11 turning 12, and one that just turned 5 in October. So I'm about to take on 3 boys who need a role model, who need somebody who's strong and has their head on their shoulders and is willing and to be, you know, who's gonna be that, who's gonna steer the ship. Um, it's a big responsibility. I've been doing it, but I haven't been doing. I've been doing it from afar. Like if they need something, I was able to sit there and here I got it for you. Like I need a new pair of football gloves. I did good at school. Okay, here, how much are they? Okay, here you go. I'm able to do that. But now it's going to be like they're gonna want me at the game at the football games. It's me. I'm used to coming home and just chilling and playing my video game and talking to my boys on Xbox. I'm not going to be home all the time. I'm not going to have my personal time. It's going to be her and the kids, and it's going to be like, yo, my time is going to be so fucking limited to where I have to. It has to be about. It's about them. It's not about me anymore. From being about me to being about them, just like that.
But always keep in mind though, you have to take, and I mean, my mom always, well, not just my mom, but everybody named mama told me the same thing. You have to learn to take time for yourself too. So don't go in the mindset where it's just all about them. Like you still,
And but the thing about it is like the one thing that I people tell me that I don't know how to do that. It's like when I work and everything like that, and I do certain things, I don't think about myself. I think about them because they've had such a rough time, and they've had such a they've been through a lot of shit, and it's kind of like yo, like I've been through shit, and I've been through shit that's a little bit worse than them, but at the same time, they don't deserve that. Like certain things like they don't deserve. So I try to pick up that slack and I try to help out and I try to do more things because it's like, yo, I want them to be better and show them better than what they've had. I'm blessed to have my father. I'm blessed to have my mom and my dad in my life. I'm blessed to have that. So they don't have a male role model in their life. So it's kind of like somebody wants to do it, not somebody who's just going to do it just when it's convenient. It's like, no, I'm here all the time. So
um, but still, don't forget you have to take time out for Jamal.
yeah, well, me and her will have our time. Like we'll have our time. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's just make sure that the kids are good. Like now, like that's the most important part. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to do all this. So it's like make sure the kids are good and everything like that. And I'll figure it out from there. It's not something that it's not something I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3. It's gonna take time. So I'll figure it out.
Hmm.
Simple.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So don't do you still have your other podcast?
We've done it. I showed you the first episode and everything like that, but we have other episodes. We just haven't released them, and everybody's been on a different type of time. Like that's the one thing is that everybody's been on the other shit and not being. It's hard to get everybody together, you know.
But if you have
So
other episodes, why not release them?
because everybody's on a different type of time, and I'm not the one who's editing them, so that's the thing. And everybody's been in their own shit. Everybody's been dealing with their own shit, and it's kind of like I need something stable, and I
You
feel
think I'm
that
stable?
honestly, I think that you're more stable to where we can get together and do our own thing compared to other people who are we haven't recorded in months and everything like that, and everybody's more of a spur of the moment thing. It's kind of like all right, like let's get the shit going together.
Okay, so so we might as well tell people what is the show going to be about? When is the release date? Do you have all that figured out?
I was thinking about like I was thinking of you release on Tuesdays.
Hmm.
I was thinking of probably about like give people a double dose, like either a Monday or a Thursday.
Both good days.
So we can you don't have to because I'm not trying to mess up what your audience does, what you're trying to do. So it's kind of like you get somebody something to look forward to because some people Tuesday I have something to listen to going into Tuesday or listening to it going on a Wednesday, right?
Hmm.
Bang. Thursday. End of the week, Friday, Saturday, I can save it for the weekend and bang, we can go out. You know? Or Monday, like, damn, like, yo, bang, I got this one, I got this one. So even Monday or Thursday, whichever one.
Word. So, if you guys didn't know, we both have our own. Well, I have my own podcast. Um, have Odd Tales, where I'm talking about my life and my daily struggles and being a single mom and all that other BS. Um, Jamal has a podcast too that he does with his friends, but I don't know what they're doing.
It's actually called F it I say it or fuck it I say it, and being that it's basically about we cater it towards black men and what we go through in terms of like a daily struggle and stuff like that. There's a lot of depiction about what a black man or what a man should be when unfortunately the way that times have changed, a man cannot be that anymore because it like unfortunately the way time it's just that times have changed. A man can't be what he was back in the day compared to what he is now. It takes more than one person to hold down the household or more than one person to sit there and do certain things. And I think that what we cater to too as well is that it's just the mental health of a man. Like we don't, man. Listen, I done had some fucking moments, man. Like yo, for real, and yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, for
crazy.
real.
So I'm in school, and one of my assignments today, I'm trying to do better at doing homework. So I've been trying to do like trying to get my assignments in before it's due. But one of the assignments today, we had to read these articles and then and talk about the articles or whatever. And one of the two of the articles, one was called About Men, and then another one was Black Men in Public Spaces. And they were both of the articles were about black men and y'all struggles and whatnot. And it's crazy because like this was just a discussion board question, but a lot of the people had picked those two topics and like um they were sharing their own stories about the struggles of being a black man and in public spaces and dealing with mental health and all that stuff. I did the one about black men in public space. So, okay, part 1 you had to talk about like the different story, and then part 2 you had to talk about your own experience with what the essay was talking about. And it's just mind-boggling like the crap that of course all blacks go through whatever, but like black men which I'll go through. And it made me worry because, I have 3 black boys. And it's just like, dag, one day they're going to have to go through this. And someone had said something about being a black man and how automatically people think like y'all supposed to be the strongest all the time. Y'all not supposed to show any emotion. And, if you show emotion, you consider weak and how y'all mental health is just all the way effed up because of it. And I was just like, that's
Like
crazy.
it's. I'll give you an example. My significant other, she expects me to be like a strong black man, but she doesn't really understand the shit that I really go through or the shit that I used to hear when I was younger, or because she sits there, she's like, you kind of joke around a lot or whatever, and I have people at work. They're like, yo, like I've never seen somebody who always has a fucking smile on their face, no matter what type of day it is, or always has a sound mind. Um, my girl, people don't understand is that the reason why me and her relate so much in terms of certain things. My girl is Native American. She's Mexican and Native American. She, what I'm saying? So her struggles correspond with my struggles. So I've heard stories where when people sit there say like the only person who knows what a black man is going through is a black woman. That's not necessarily true. My girl had her land taken away from her before she was even fucking born. Like years, like hundreds of years ago. Like she's Native American. Like this is her land. Everybody else here is immigrants. This is her fucking country. So it's kind of like the shit that we go through. And me being that I have a disability, being blind in one eye and having a physical disability and everything like that, it's a lot more worse and everything. And I tell my girl all the time, I'm like, the scary thing about it is that it doesn't really happen in New York and everything like that. I was like, the scary thing about it is that you don't think about it I could go visit another state and get shot and killed, and there will be no repercussions whatsoever. Like my life is just like I tell her like it is scary at times to know that my life is that meaningless to where I don't have to do anything. I could just be walking, eating an ice cream cone, and just be shot by a cop, and nobody would, and they wouldn't think twice about it. The person wouldn't even go to jail. They would just have paid leave. You
Yeah.
know, and she sits there and she's like, she doesn't understand that. I was like, you guys have rights, but you guys don't have rights. There's really, like they give y'all reservations, so y'all don't pay taxes, y'all don't do this or whatever, stuff like that. I'm like, for me, it's totally different. I'm like, I have to go through fucking hurdles. I was like, do you know what it is? I was trying to explain to her, I can't see. I can see, like I can play video games, I can do this and everything like that, but like there's certain things, unfortunately, I'm not able to do. Like it sucks that I was doing boxing and martial arts and everything like that. One of the reasons why I actually had to stop is because my vision was getting bad. That was one of the reasons why I had to stop. One of the reasons why I couldn't play football when I was in high school was because I can't see on my right side when a person's coming full steam and I can't brace myself. I was fucking great at football. I was great at hockey in high school. Like they wanted me to be like I was doing hockey, I was trying out for the team, I was great. I was one of the best in my fucking school. But I couldn't sit there and I couldn't give up my all because I can't sit there and see what's coming on my right side. And then I have that. People are already they're already prejudiced against people with disability, so I have to work 10 times harder than what it is to keep up with a person, and I outwork everybody. But as well as I'm a black man, so now I have to. So that 10 times harder becomes 100 times harder because it's like I now have to sit there and be greater because I don't have that many opportunities as other people do because I'm a black man and I have a physical disability. So automatically, people sit there and see you. Oh, he's black. Oh, and you can't see. Like you can't do this. It's like yo, you can't do this. It's kind of like yo, what do you know? What do you know what I'm able to do? And you don't get the actual respect or chances that other people get. People hate us, man. Like I work at the World Trade Center. You'd be surprised at the looks that white people give me and stuff like that. Like I roll it off my shoulders and everything like that because personally I'm an asshole. So I say good morning to a person who I know doesn't like black people just to sit there and be like, you know what, I like that you're uncomfortable about it because I don't give a fuck what color skin you are, what race you are, what or how you look or anything like that. It's like yo, I'm gonna give you the same respect. So I say good morning to people, knowing that it makes them uncomfortable and knowing that they won't say the shit back. Like that shit is funny to me. Like why does like I don't like I never really understood like the color of your skin and shit like that. What does that have to do with the type of person you are? Because I don't look like you, that's a fucking problem. And I get kind of like that hood thought again. It's kind of like if I punch you in your mouth and you bleed and everything like that, I'm pretty sure like you'll understand that blood is the same color too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting I don't know. I don't really I don't care. I really don't care. So I don't so you know what I'm saying? Like how people feel in terms of like the racist shit and everything like that. Like I don't care. Like I really don't give a fuck. So I don't pay attention. So, people like, oh, that person's like, no, I don't care. Like the person, they didn't disrespect me. They don't do anything. It's like, I don't know. It's a subject because one, I really wasn't around it. Unfortunately, like, well, fortunately, I can't say unfortunately. I really wasn't around it. So when it's actually there to like thrust onto me or whatever, or I face it, at times I don't see it, or I just don't. I'm oblivious to it because I didn't have to deal with it. I dated a Muslim girl in high school. Like she had like the things that they wear around their heads and stuff like that. I dated one. I don't really care what race you are. Like yo, you a cool person. Like yo, you cool or you chill. Like that's just what it is. To me, it's about the vibe that person gives off. Or do you have a good vibe? Like, and the one thing I sit there, the one thing I'm very, very big on as well when it comes to men and everything like that. If I know you as a man and everything like that, my one thing about it is like, yo, white, black, Hispanic, whatever. When you walk and I know you, pick your fucking head up. Don't walk with your head down, looking at the fucking wall, looking at the ground and shit like that. Yo, good morning. What did I tell you the other day? Pick your fucking head up. And I tell this to people who are at my job all the time, and every time they see me, they pick their head up. Walk with your fucking head up. This world is going to beat you the fuck down. Walk with your head up. Fuck it. Gotta keep going. Say it, wave, give the finger with a smile. Keep your fucking head up. And that's the one thing you gotta tell your boys too. Don't be afraid of who you are. Walk with your head up. Like keep your fucking head up. Let them know that the shit don't bother you. Walk with your head up. Like that's the one thing my karate teacher taught me. Walk straight and walk with your head up. Because when you walk straight and you walk with your head up, they'll be very, very more hesitant to sit there and fuck with you than if you was to walk with your head down. You look like a target. Walk with your head up. Show your pride, your chest out. Good morning. When you talk to somebody, look them in the eye. You shake firmly. Speak clearly, speak loudly. Don't mumble. I can't hear you.
That's pretty annoying. He mumbles. That's annoying.
And it's I'm trying to get that into my sister, being that like I joke on my sister and she takes it to her like she's 11, and I was trying to tell her like the jokes that I be saying to her or how I joke around with her is a lot more worse than what you're about to like what you're going to endure and what they're going to say to you fails in comparison to what I say to you. I say that you got big feet. That bothers you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're 11. Like, that bothers you? That fails in comparison to what they're going to say or what they're going to do to get under your skin. Like, if that bothers you, then this life is going to definitely beat you the fuck down. And, you know, as a brother, it's my job to sit there and to try to mold her into that. But I don't really know how to because it's like that's something you like. I can't prepare you for something like that when you never embraced it or felt how it is. It's like if you felt it, I can teach you on how to maneuver around it or how to sit there and and how to do it. But to prepare for something like some things you can't prepare for because each one is different. It's a different level of what they're willing to say or what they're willing to do. I don't have an answer for it. My thing about it is like, yo, you just got to get tough skin. You're a black woman. You're a black girl. You're a beautiful black girl. You're growing up fast. You know, you're smart. You're intelligent. The teachers say that you're a leader and everything like that. Like, yo, you're gonna come through a lot of obstacles, and people are gonna do a lot of shit to come to try to do shit to you. You're gonna have to, yo, you got to get that thick skin. That shit got to come quick, especially today. And the thing about it is like, it sucks is that they can't be kids today because of social media and the way that everything's information runs. We can't protect our kids from things that we were protected from and shielded from when we were younger because it's already out there. The shit to us that we had to sneak to sit there and see is a regular everyday occurrence to them every single day now. She's 11. People are already like their kids are already having sex right now at her age. You
Are you gonna
know,
be that brother that's super overprotective when she starts dating?
she asked me a question about the dating thing today. My thing about it is that
I
I
know
don't
you. You
know.
are.
It's not that the thing about it is that I don't know because it's how do I gauge? I don't know how to I don't know how to gauge it, and I'm not afraid to sit there and say I don't know how to handle that one because how Allison was is completely 100. It's a complete 180 from how Nicole is. Nicole is more spoken and less quiet, and she's more active and more out there than Allison. Allison was more of a conservative person, like she's in her shell and she keeps to herself and does that. Um, she's like that. So Nicole is more of a she'll fall on her face first and then have to learn. Allison was more of a nah, you fucked up. I'm not going to do that. I don't know how to really do that. I didn't have to do things with Allison that I might have to do it with Nicole, but at the same time, it's going to be hard because I'm not going to be even in the same fucking
Oh
state
yeah.
come a couple of weeks, you know, and it's kind of a also as well as it's like she's young enough to be my daughter, let alone my sister. Like 21, like I'm thinking, like you think about it, it's like yo, you can be my daughter. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
Only thing I could,
Darian, he'll be 10 this year. So, and to think you have a little sister that's only a year older.
her her nephews will be her nephews now because me and my fiance are gonna marry. Is that they will be older than her because one is turning 12, so he'll be a year older, and the other's turning 14. He's turning 15 this year, so you know, he'll be older as well.
That's crazy.
He'll be like old, like he's older than her. Me and my aunt, the thing about it is like me and my aunt, our dynamic is that the thing about Nicole is that she doesn't have those type of friends or siblings and everything like that, or like the cousins and everything like that, where they were able to prepare her for what was to come in terms of school as we were. I had my cousin. My family was very very close before my grandmother passed in 2014. My family was very close. My aunt, who I consider my older sister, she's 3 years older than me. So the shit that she did things or said things or we went at it like like that older like the sibling rivalry. Like she had her older siblings to prepare her for certain things, and then I had her to prepare me for certain things. I'm 3 years. She's 3 years older than me. I also have my cousins. My cousins. I'm the oldest grandchild, but my cousins are a year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6, 7 years younger. Me and Nicole have a whole 2, 3 decades. Two decades, 3 generations
Hmm.
apart. So I can't I can't sit there and do the certain things that I would do with like I did my sister on my mom's side, like Alizé, where it would prepare her and get her ready for that because it's like the stages that we're at in life is you're not even in high school yet. I've been removed from high school for over 15 years. I graduated high school when basically when you were almost kind of born, whatever. Like you weren't even born when I graduated high school. Like think about that. Like she wasn't born when I
Hmm.
graduated high school. So I don't know how to really prepare her for that compared to where it's like I have uh 3 stepkids and it's like I'm the example and they're boys. So I can do certain things with the boys that I can't do with her. And I don't know how to really handle that. Like I don't know how to handle that. I don't know.
I can't give you advice because I don't have boys. So,
Right. It's girls are tricky. To me, girls are tricky, and that's one of the reasons why I'm afraid to have a daughter. Is because girls are tricky. It's like they need that love. They need that love from their father. Which my dad is a great father to her. He was a great father to me. Still is a great father to me. Great. They need that stability. They need that guidance because if they don't, then that shit's gonna be. Whew, like she sat there and said something to me, and I had to get on her ass about it. She said it to me twice. First time I kind of like just gave like my little 2 cents and let it go, but when she said it to me twice, I know she meant it. She said there's certain things that a man should do for a woman that a woman shouldn't have to do, and I'm just sitting there just looking at her like you feel like you're entitled. A man shouldn't have to do anything for you. Like where are you getting this notion that you're even going to be in a relationship when you get older? My dad told me when I was younger, never depend on anybody. I didn't depend. I've never depended on a significant other to help me pay my bills or anything like that. Even when I've lost my job or was going through my hard time, I found my own way and handled my own shit. Like I took care of my shit. She doesn't know how to. She's young, and I guess impressions are everything. She's in that age of impressions, but to sit there and say that, especially in 2020, and being in the climate and like the way that the world is now, a person shouldn't have to do anything. You should be self sufficient. It takes two to handle shit, yes, but unless you get that, what are you gonna do?
So what did she say
Like,
when you
what are you
told
gonna
her?
do?
Or yeah, when you said whatever you said.
She didn't say anything. Like, you know how like when you scold somebody
Hmm.
and they look down or whatever, it was like she kind of looked down or whatever, and then when she said it again, her mom got on her. Like I told her mom got on her because it's kind of like your mom didn't teach you this, and to me, it's the reason why I sat there and I told her mom is because she needs to have that taken out of her mental
So you think she got it from
now.
school?
Because if you let that, I would think that was the only place that she would get it from. Because her mom doesn't talk that way. Her mom works. Her mom and my dad are married. So where would you get that from? How would you come across that?
It has to be from school. Her little friend.
Uh,
Something. Cause I was yeah, Uncle Ray and her mom saying anything like that. Cause just her mom,
her
she
mom
seems
is
very independent.
and strict.
Really? I don't get that vibe from her.
They. I was just like, damn, like, all right. So certain things I were like, yo, like y'all
Hmm.
wilding a little, and then some things it's kind of like, yo, you need to get punched in your face for that, or you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you need to like they afford you a lot of like, so it's kind of a double edged sword. It's kind of like a lot of things I think like they they don't need to be hard on her about, but certain things I feel like, yo, they were harder on me about when I was younger, and it needs to be the same, you know.
But her mom seems like I don't know. I just don't get that. I would think your dad would be super strict, but then again, no, your dad seems like the older he gets, the more laid back he is.
He's very laid back. He's not what he used to be in terms of like how we were, because she's not as bad as I was. I was cutting class. I was bringing girls home. I was doing this. I was reckless. I was a hoe. She's not like that. She has both parents. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that I got out of class, but my dad wouldn't get home till like 6 o'clock. I got home by 3 o'clock, 3:30. I had a girl over. Like I had a whole girl over and everything like that. So, it was like that.
Mm, he was just a little heathen.
I mean, I started at a younger age, so you got to think about it like that too. I started at a younger age.
He was just a heathen.
How was
True.
I
He
even?
was a heathen. You was bad.
Oh, it's not
I
even.
remember. Hell, it's okay though. You, I say, oh, you a changed man, I guess. But you,
You the one with the
what
three
that got to
kids,
do with
not me.
anything? I had kids when I got older, and I was married.
I don't got no kids. How about
What
that
that
one?
got to do with you being a heathen younger?
I did it the right way. I did my homework the right way.
Wait, so you're saying because you're a heathen that makes you a hoe? I'm not. I'm talking about just you were just bad as hell.
I did
So
my
you're
homework
just
the
talking
right
about
way.
hoeing. I'm not talking about hoeing.
Yeah, I did my homework the right way. So you told me a heathen. I'm like, yo, I did my shit the right way.
But I'm not talking about. Never mind. Okay, because we clearly have two different versions of being a heathen. But whatever.
I was saying like I was doing things the right.
What is
I
doing
was
things the
chilling,
right
man.
way?
Like I made sure that well, yeah, you were married. I mean, I wanted to be a certain age before I did it, before I did anything, before I had anything.
So I'm just confused of what you did the right way.
I didn't have kids yet. I was young. I didn't have kids. I didn't do anything. I was chilling.
Okay.
I wanted to wait until after I made it out of the. I wanted to wait until I actually made it out of my 20s.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you, sir.
I think I'm the only one who made
I
it out
know.
their 20s
I
without
know a
one.
few people that don't have any kids.
I'm talking about family wise though.
Oh, who? In our family?
Yeah, I'm the only one who made it.
Jaden don't have any kids.
Yeah. Oh, oh
Yes,
my
he
God,
is. He's gonna
Jada's
be
not
my
even
18 in
18.
July.
I don't even think Jada lost his virginity yet.
Still, he doesn't have any kids. He's not.
There's a difference between you. So I will have to say this is the big difference because he still he
How do
hasn't
you know that?
done anything. So come on, man.
Don't be talking about my nephew. How do you know?
Come on,
How do you know he not out here
come
just
on, man.
like?
Come on, man.
How do you know?
He's not living his best life. Come on, man.
I'm gonna ask him.
You could tell, yo.
Yes, he
You could
is. He'll
ask him.
tell
He
me.
ain't gonna tell you. He ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you know. Like, how old is your
14.
oldest?
He'll be 15 in August. Don't you start, because we're
Ah!
not talking about him. We're talking about Jaden.
Oh, 15 in August. So how do you know he
Oh, I
hasn't? You know what I
already
mean?
know. Trust me. We have those talks.
But you have those folks. I mean, I've had those
Okay,
talks with
but
my parents,
we
but I didn't tell them shit because I
trust
was
me.
still doing my own.
Anyways, we're not talking about me and mine. Okay, so don't you start.
I'm listening. I'm
Because I
listening. You're saying
know,
how do
but
you
how do
know?
you know he's not? What do you mean you
You
could
could
tell? How
tell.
often do you see him?
I don't see him often, but you could tell, man. Like you could tell with the. Come on, man.
But anyways,
Come
you have
on,
to count Jaden in that too because he's old enough. He don't have no kids.
man. I have to count him because he's not even really like in our generation.
Whatever. Anyways, it's okay. But you make it seem like it's such a bad
He's
thing when
not.
people have kids early or whatever. Like you just try to judge the heck out of me for having my kids and just ignoring the fact that I was married.
Yeah. 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 You know what I
What?
mean?
That doesn't even make
You
sense.
know what I mean? Y'all be wilding, man. Y'all was out there
How was
wilding. I was
I?
chilling. Y'all was
No,
wilding.
I was in the military. I was married. I was making a career. I was doing a lot. So how was I wilding?
Mhm.
Huh?
Doing a lot, having some. Doing a lot, having some.
You see, you just you be working my nerves. You know that? That's why I can't stand you. Anyways, y'all, don't listen to Jamal. If you have kids early, that don't you're not a heathen. As long as you take care of you and your children and doing what you gotta do, that's all that matters.
Nah, y'all be out there. Y'all was out
Nah.
there. Y'all was wilding.
Jamal judges everybody, so just ignore him. Huh?
I ain't perfect. I ain't
But
perfect.
you still be judging the hell out of people.
Man, listen, it's human nature. I ain't perfect, yo. If I was perfect, I would have sat there. I would have been able to. I would have, probably. I don't know what I would have been doing. I would have been doing something else as well.
Anyways, dog. So let me tell you how I got fired.
Oh, this is
I told
sorry,
what?
yeah, great way to start
Huh?
an introductory podcast too. Great way to start our introductory podcast too.
Okay.
But
So
yes,
I
how did
had
you get fired?
told the story in my podcast. But um they lied on me and said, so it's what I'm about to say is kind of confusing, but whatever. I try to make it as simple as possible. We have this system, right? So what I worked behind the scenes. I did scheduling, I did time off, made sure the employees were taking care of their customers on the phone, stuff like that, just doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? And then we have this thing where it's called an
Uh huh.
analyzer. So let's say, Jamal, yesterday you called out or you clocked in. Okay, let's say you clocked in late, right? So in the analyzer,
Uh
your
huh.
will pop up today. So I will go through the analyzer, your name will pop up, and I would just verify your punches. I'm like, okay, well, he came in 10 minutes late. He deserves a half point and a jolt. Okay. So we're not allowed to
Uh huh.
work our own analyzer flag or our coworkers, the ones that work in the department. So
Mhm.
hold on, my baby just woke up. So um, this was in towards the end of January. They said they did it right. Supposedly worked my own attendance in October. So I'm like, okay, can you
Uh
show me
huh.
the proof? And they were like, we can't show you the proof, but we're gonna suspend you and we're gonna do an investigation. If we find that you're not at fault, you'll get paid for days and you can come back to work. If you're at fault, we're gonna fire you and that's it. So it was like they got me, I think it was like on a Thursday or Friday, like 2 minutes before my shift was supposed to end. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And they immediately like um revoked my access and everything. So I couldn't even go in real quick to like research it. So I had my coworkers
Uh
me.
huh.
They couldn't find anything that I did this, right? So I call
Right.
the head of HR. I'm telling her what she's like. She's gonna look into it. Because another thing, a couple of months back, I had sent an I didn't like. So we was all like, okay, this has to be a form of whatever. Came back to me. Also, that which was my day off, they called me and like, yeah, we find that you're at fault, so I let you go. So I'm like, can you show type of proof that I did this? Because I have proof that I didn't do it. It's like, we're not obligated to show you any proof. And I'm like, so what's crazy is another coworker did the same exact thing, but they gave him a final write up.
Yo, they're not fucking with you.
So I was like, what in the hell? Like, how does he do the same exact thing, but he doesn't get fired or anything like that? But and then when I ask you for proof, you tell me you're not obligated to show me proof. And I have proof. I didn't even do my own. I didn't work my own attendance. So
Right.
yeah, that's how I got fired off of some BS. So I'm just out here in the wind, contemplating life. What I'm gonna do since January,
Since
dog.
January, you haven't
Nope.
found anything since January.
I know.
Damn.
Trust me. I know. I'm waiting to hear back for this one job. Which I think will be great because it's going to be in the healthcare field, and I'm in school for nursing. But other than that, I've just been here going to school and trying to figure out my life. And it was perfect because I worked from home. I didn't have to worry about daycare and nothing like that. But now it's like now I have to try to you know daycare is not cheap. And I don't trust these
Oh,
people.
trust me,
My baby can't really talk and tell me what happened in school or in daycare. And if he comes home with one bruise, I'm going off on everybody.
so you can't even form like an appeal to HR.
No. And so what's crazy is like the next week. Okay, back up. So what's crazy is when they did the suspension. So they put in the paperwork for my suspension, but the same day they also put in my termination stuff. And then
Right.
so I feel like there wasn't even an investigation. And I had mentioned that. I was like, how y'all say I'm suspended, but the same day y'all put in termination effective January 29th or something like that. And so they told my other friend, they told my other coworker, the person that got in trouble too, they told him
Hmm.
that the investigation was still ongoing. So I'm like, how did you fire me if the investigation is still ongoing? Does that make sense?
You should have got a lawyer. You should have got a lawyer.
And someone actually I had several people tell me I should look into that and say it was a wrongful termination. The whole thing is just very just right.
Sketchy.
And it's just like I was salty about it because I was like, like I just feel like if I did something wrong, I need to like show me that I did it. Like I don't like for people to lie on me, and I feel like they're lying on me. And it's just like if they would have showed me I did it, I would be like, okay, yeah, my bad. You get what I'm saying? But the fact that they were just
Right.
like, no, we don't have to show you anything. I was like, what in the world? So I'm supposed to just take y'all word that I did this? And then my whole thing was like, so that's like you going in and you're working your own thing. I have to look you up in the schedule. So you would know if you're typing your own name to pull up your schedule. You'd be like, oh snap, this is
Right.
mine. I shouldn't be working this. Common sense. They stupid.
Right.
So yeah, I've just been trying this whole time I've been looking for a job, going to school, trying to balance everything, trying to balance my children. But I could have sworn I told you when it happened, but I probably was about to tell you and then something happened. I
No.
don't know. I've just been all over the place, honestly. Trying, like I said, I'm just trying, like school's kicking my behind. So I've been trying to like stay focused on that. Um, but yeah, man, it's real over here. The struggle, the struggle is real.
I mean,
Right.
damn.
I know, man. I'm telling you, and it just sucks because it was like I said, it was like the perfect, not the perfect job, but like the situation. Like I said, I worked from home. I didn't have to worry about daycare, nothing like that. Um, I worked the morning shift, so I worked from like 7 to like 4, I think it was, or 7 to 3. I can't remember. And so I had the whole
Right.
afternoon. I could still go to class. Darian, I could take him to soccer practice and soccer games. Like I still had the whole day to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. But now, listen,
Right.
they suck. I just couldn't believe it. And this is the first time I've ever
Yeah,
been
that's crazy.
fired. So I was like, just like, what? I've never been fired in my life.
Uh, I can tell you one thing. I got fired from Walgreens because they said that I was sexually harassing an employee, but
Are you
I
serious?
was dating that employee. And so the thing about it is like this, right? There was this girl. that I was dating or whatever from Logan, she would come in from time to time with her daughter. She worked at another one. She came on time for time for her daughter. If you come in, as soon as like you come in and everything like that, they saw that you would see on the camera that her daughter runs up to me and jumps on me to give me a hug. And then you would see that she would tell her like, "Yo, come here, give me a hug," and she would hug me, and then you like see on camera like, "Yo, she hug me, she'll
Mm-hmm.
bite my cheek, and she'll
Mm-hmm.
bite my ear," right? So she was there, she was talking to me for a little bit and everything like that, and then like I was running around with her daughter because I was still on the clock and everything like that, but everything was kind of done. Like it was kind of like the
Mm-hmm.
cool down period of that day. So I'm running around with her and everything like that, and then like she said something to me, and then I hit her on the butt with the yellow plastic bat. But I'm dating this person. So it's kind of like I do a lot more than that. So they got like this phone call where, oh well, we heard that you were doing this, and the customer said they were uncomfortable, so
Are
they
you
did a whole
serious?
investigation and everything like that. Never, never spoke to the person who I was dating. They just sat there and said we so called me, and we understand. So you're sexually harassing this person or whatever, so we have to let you go. But they never spoke to her, and she got so upset, like she was mad. They was like, yo, they never called me. I was like, yeah, they said that I was harassing you. She got so upset that
Are
she
you
quit.
serious?
She got so upset that she actually quit because it was to the point where it was like you could have did a full on investigation, but they kind of felt that I had my foot
Uh,
out the door because I was up for promotion and I didn't get the promotion, and I was just kind of like at the
well,
same
did
time
you have your foot out the door?
I did have my foot out the
Well, I mean, I'm
door.
not gonna lie either. I had my foot out the door too, but still.
It was just like yo, I didn't do anything. Like I really was just like I was done because I was tired of the
See,
lies. I was tired of the
it's the
bullshit.
principle,
I
right?
was I was done.
Like, don't lie on me. I hate that. Don't lie on me. Please don't lie on me.
So I had my foot out the door. They found when they knew I was going because they was like yo because I was going to other job interviews because I was like using my vacation time and shit like that. And like I would come in late like yo I want to use like because the way that it is it's like I'll have to come in late, but I want to use my vacation time or a certain time or whatever. There's something
Mm,
called personal time because it was all tied into one. I want to use 4 hours of my personal time so I can come in here at this
mm,
time and everything like that to use. And I was using it like that. They saw it. I was using it like chess. Like I have to leave early, so I want to use my personal time so I can still get my 40 hours. And I had like literally, I had over 100
mm.
hours of personal time. So I was only using like 4 hours or 2 hours here and everything like that to dip off. And I would be leaving and coming in the suit and shit like that. So they would sit there and be like, yo, you coming in and you're in the suit, like you're dressed up, where you come from? And it's like, oh, nowhere and everything like that. And they kind of knew. They was like, yo, you really about to be out the building. And that's when they kind of got into it. And not only that, but the manager who was there and everything like that at the time, who came in, me and him kind of got into it because he was playing with he actually got fired, but before he got fired he actually started
Mm,
the investigation shit or whatever to get me fired because he didn't like me because he was playing with people's time cards, and I remember he was playing with people's time cards, and I told him he had said something to me that was kind of like rude, like he had yelled at me, and I don't really raise my voice, and he yelled at me in kind of a tone where I sat there and told him like, yo, if you want to talk like that, we could step outside in the back in the
mm.
parking lot and we could have this discussion like men. I'm like, because he was sitting there looking. I'm like, like I'm not threatening you, but I'm letting you know as soon as you step out that parking lot, I'm like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like he kind of knew. I
He
didn't
knew.
say I was gonna put hands on him, but he knew. Like, yo, we could step out. We could step outside. We could step outside, and I could beat your ass. Like, and I'm gonna fuck you up. Like that was my shit. Like, I was gonna beat my manager up, and he started an investigation and shit like that because listen, he lied on me and I got fired and people were upset about it. They want me to come back. They tried to get me to come back. I did an appeal. They was like, no, because you did a PPL or whatever the shit is called or whatever. Like you did some training about it. I was like, I was dating the girl, and they were like, well, she's not with the company anymore, so we can't even ask her to sit there and go through all this. And we just call it a day. I was just like, all right, bet.
Damn. Did you get unemployment though?
Mhm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh,
I found the job too fast. I was only unemployed for like a week or two before I got Adidas, and I still had GameStop at the time because I was working at GameStop at the
wow.
time, so I had another job. And GameStop loved me so much. I was going to other stores, fixing up their stores and getting their stores ready for holiday season. That's how much of a fucking worker I was. I was busting shit out. I was going to stores in Manhattan. I was living in the Bronx. I was going to stores in Manhattan and in Brooklyn, helping these motherfuckers out and shit like that to get their stores ready for holiday season and inventory and shit like that because I was that much of a
Did
fucking
you
beast.
like GameStop?
I like GameStop, but I stopped giving a fuck.
Okay.
Meaning that they wanted you to get all this and all that, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just here to do a job. I'm only like, yo, I really don't give a fuck anymore. I started liking it because I started being honest with customers. Like I started looking out for customers' best needs. I wasn't lying to them. You know, I would tell them like, yo, oh, we got this sale. Like, nah, yo, go on Amazon, you'll find it cheaper. Go on the on a DLC shop, you'll find it cheaper. Like I would stop lying to customers, and me not lying to customers brought us in more money because they trusted me because I wasn't bullshitting them. Like, yo, do this. This is what you need to do. Do your research on it. Find out which one you want. Then come back and buy it and everything like that. Then and if you don't have it, I'll help you search for it. Like I was doing shit like that to where customers are actually coming in asking me like a guy wanted a pair of gaming headphones. I was like, don't buy these headphones right now. What exactly are you looking for? He was like, I'm looking for this particular time. I was like, all right,
Mm.
look it up at what you want and what you're into. Do the research on it first before you decide to spend $300 or $200 on a pair of headphones. Then come back to me, and if you still can't find it, then we'll work from there. He came back the next day. He's like, when you back? I was like, I'm here tomorrow, but I'm not here for the rest of the week. He came back the next day. He's like, yo, I found these, but I don't know. And me and him did the research. Like I spent 45 minutes with the guy, and I got him headphones. He ended up spending that transaction that was going to be like
Mhm.
$100 to $200. He ended up spending over $600 in that store that day because I helped him out, and he felt that
Mm.
that he trusted me that much. Like I bought in my store so much fucking money because I was not willing to bullshit somebody. That that's what it was. And I left GameStop on my own accord. I gave my 2 weeks notice when I left because I got a better job.
You have a job lined up in Arizona, right?
Yes, with G4S, I do security at
Mm.
the World Trade Center right now, and I have a job waiting for me at Arizona that they actually offered me. They want me to come in for the training, but because of this coronavirus shit,
Yeah, it sucks. I went to Walmart tonight and it was completely empty, dog. Like they just cleaned that damn store out.
yo, I'm out here and I'm just letting people. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to let them know because my job
Hmm.
had a coronavirus case. Not last week. It was actually the 4th. It was March 4th. They knew on March 4th that this person had
Hmm.
coronavirus, but they sent out a memo. But they didn't tell the people who worked there. Like they sent it out to the higher ups, but they weren't going to tell us. The only reason why we found out was because we it was in the news and on a newspaper, but they weren't going to tell us. So now it's kind of like people are saying the same because we were in a state of emergency at the time. Can they sue because we found out? Y'all knew since last week, but we found out in the news on Monday, but y'all knew since last Wednesday, but you didn't tell us. There was no communication whatsoever, and you
Okay.
weren't going to tell us. So can they sue for that? Especially since it's a state of emergency that we were in at the time.
This is going getting out of hand.
They
Same
shut all
here.
the schools down in New
My
York
kids don't
City.
have school. We're all out.
I looked at my dad. I was like, man, I looked at my dad. I told him, I was like, yo, man, they would. I'm like, yo, they don't go back to school. I'm like, Pop, they sat there and said that they don't go back to school
Hmm.
April 20th, right? There's a possibility that this school
Yep.
year might not
That's
resume.
everywhere though.
And I'm sitting there. Yo, I don't know, but I'm sitting and I'm looking. I was like, I'm sitting there looking. I was like, yo,
Right,
where the fuck was this shit when I was in school?
dog.
What the fuck? But
Hmm.
you know what it is though. But you know what it is though. That means that they're gonna have to redo a whole nother
But it's
fucking
crazy
school to
because
get these kids.
you remember the DC sniper? I still had to go to school during that, and he was in our
Yeah,
neighborhood. They locked our school down because he drove by our school, and then they told us we could told us to run in a zigzag formation. But I'm just like, if we could go to school during DC sniper ish, with the possibility of getting shot on the way to school, y'all can go with a damn.
that
But it's old
they were like, oh, but
people.
people are dying from it and this and that. And I'm just sitting there
Look at the
thinking,
people that's dying. It's just old people. I mean, not saying that, I'm not trying to say or be mean about it, but you get what I'm saying? Like, that's who it's really affecting, just the really old people.
I would have tried to be an asshole and just like, yo, but that low key, that ain't my problem. Like, I'm not the one who's going through it. Like, yo, I'm chilling right now. But
Yeah,
shit,
hopefully it passes soon because these kids need to go back to school. But how they do, the kids here, they just called, like Braylon's high school just called earlier today saying they still have to log in to some site and do some work. So they're pretty much being homeschooled in a sense. So
yeah,
yeah, that is a good thing because they're not
that's a
missing
good thing.
anything and they don't have to. They already said they don't have to make up these days. And then what's crazy? Um, so they said they should be back by March 30th, and then their spring break starts April 6th. So they're going to go to school for if they do go back to school for a week just to come out and go to spring break. But I have a feeling they're just going to extend it. The CDC already said to not travel for like 8 weeks right now.
And that's the thing is that I'm supposed to be going and leaving. I'm supposed to be like taking the fucking flight out and be gone. But now I can't go because she's afraid and shit like that. And it's just kind of like, yo, she's like, oh, but this. And I'm just like, yo, I gotta I gotta put on hold my entire life because of this shit, and it just
It's just getting
sucks right
worse.
now because it's kind of like, yo, like, bro, like, I, yeah, and it's kind of like if I could get down there, then we could take care of it. But it's kind of like I can't. She doesn't even want me fucking flying to get down there because American Airlines, there are certain and pilots and shit like that, they're contracting the disease and shit like that right now. So it's kind of like I'm on standstill, but it's kind of like I still have a job that's waiting for me down there that I need to take, and me waiting isn't going to
I
make
would
this
just
shit
go
any
anyways, to be
better.
honest with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like but she doesn't want me to go down there right now. And then everybody's like, yo, you need to respect that and everything. It's kind of like she's afraid. I'm just like, yo, I know you're afraid, but I gotta
Right, that's why I would
fucking
go
work.
anyways. She
Like I
can
gotta
just
work.
be mad for a day or whatever and just
Yeah.
understand. Like,
Oh, you could give it to me and the kids and everything like that. I was just like, yeah. And I understand, but I'm gonna call the job and I'm gonna let them know. I'm like, yo, like this is scary. You know, which it is this is a thing that's shutting down cities. Like our city is basically shutting down because of this. So whatever they decide to, if they can agree to it, then we'll work from there. But this shit is, it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure they'll understand because they're all like all
At this
these jobs
point,
are forcing their people to work from home anyway. So I mean, they shouldn't, but they shouldn't hold you
and I
accountable
just
for that
became,
either. Like, you can't control what's going on in the world.
I really can't speak. And insider, my friend said that he knows somebody who works in the Pentagon. His mom knows somebody. They're gonna shut down the country. That's just, it's gonna happen. The country's gonna get shut
What if
down.
it was like some Walking Dead shit? What?
I'll be the
Why?
first one to go. I mean, I'm not going through all that fight, bro. I'm tired. I'm too
Jamal,
old.
shut up. You're not even gonna try because you have a whole
For
fiance.
what? We all go to like and
Jesus
look, she better
Christ,
meet
are
me
you
on the other
serious?
side. I love you. I don't know. I don't know how we reacted that time.
I can't believe you won't
It is
even
what it is.
try.
But like, and then people like, not to be an asshole, but people are sitting there telling us like, about the well, it's affected old people, so you should be. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be mean, not trying to be rude, but all my grandparents are dead, so like, I'm like, oh, I'm like, my
Right.
grandparents are all dead, so I'm like, hey, I don't care. Like, that's just how it is. I don't care if my grandparents are gone. I ain't got no dog in this race. That shit don't affect me. I ain't got no dog in this.
Jamal, do better, please.
I'm like, I don't know anybody
Your
that's
daddy getting
old.
old. My dad is. My dad's getting old.
My dad is,
He'll be
how old is your dad?
66 this year. Yeah.
66. Damn, yo, hitting that funeral up with like, yo, I remember
Listen.
Uncle Albert used to always threaten to beat my ass. Never laid the hand on me was more for talking than he was of an actual. You know what I mean? Like damn, bro.
He used to threaten everybody. The man just crazy.
Yeah,
But you know what? He's nicer now because he's
that's your
old.
dad.
And I'm like, this ain't the same Aubrey I knew back in the day.
That's your
Yeah,
dad,
but
yo.
he,
That's how it's
like I
supposed to
said, he's
be.
just nice now because he old. He old and lonely. If you
I
were to
don't
see
know.
him, you'd be like, who? Are you the same person? I guess it's all good. Old age forces you to change a little bit, I guess. What?
Y'all would know.
You're older than me.
Y'all would know. By a couple
Whatever.
months.
Anyways, I guess that's my cue to go since my son's about to act a whole ass on here.
Yes, it is. And do we have any leaving thoughts on this? As people just now like
We
just
sure
they didn't
didn't.
even we didn't even hit the
But that's
topic. We were just
good,
talking.
though.
Well, I think that's good.
I mean, we'll hit it next time, but that's good that
It is.
we could talk about. I mean,
Yeah.
it does help that we're family, but we can literally talk about anything. We can make a conversation out of anything and make it good. So,
Yes, it is. It's a good thing.
I
But
mean, the only thing I got, y'all,
so
here on these Corona streets, these people are crazy. Um, everybody's panicking, and people will do some crazy things out of desperation. So just be careful. It reminds me of like the purge. Y'all stay safe, wash your hands, stay healthy. That's all I really got.
uh, I say be safe. Be relaxed. Like honestly, this is just nothing but a higher end of like it's the flu all over again. If you're afraid to get the flu, then by all means, I don't know what the fuck to sit there and tell you because
I
like
said the same thing.
we're gonna we're gonna we're all gonna be okay. Like this shit is just never ending. We'll all be okay. But otherwise than that, this is the Audi and Maverick show. This is just this is a who knows. This might be a temporary title or it might be a permanent title. We'll figure out the shit together as we
It'll
go
probably
along. But
change.
this is episode one, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah,
Yay!
yeah, 113. Yeah, episode one is a wrap. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll
Peace
talk to you again
out.
next week.